YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy ConcisetheBarber. In this video, we are going to be talking about corded versus cordless.
CTB, you know who it is.
Is corded still effective in 2024? So I did the same client, used corded clippers versus my cordless clippers in this video. So let's check this out and let's see exactly how it perform. And we're going to talk about a few of the things that the real main differences on why some people stay corded or why some people stay cordless. Let's get into the video. All right, y'all. So I am going to be using my Oster Fast Feeds and the Blackout Cordless T outliners. So the first thing I like doing, y'all, is balding out with my Oster Fast Feeds. These are absolute zero. I got that. Basically, they're just zero gap, but I will honestly say that if you guys would notice that these things do zero, like bald out very, very well. And I will come right behind them with the T outliners. But that's how I like doing it, especially with my corded clippers. Most of the times, the thing is about corded clippers that you have to stay stationary and you have more flexibility with the cordless. But what's another thing that we kind of focus on when it comes to corded to cordless, right? We honestly think that the time should be different. And that can be the case. The time can definitely be something. For some people, it might be different. You might be faster with the cordless versus the corded. But that for me, it was basically around the same exact time. I would say about 40 to 45 minutes is when I completed this haircut. It was about 40 to 45 minutes when I completed this haircut, corded and also cordless. And I am going to show you the cordless version in this video as well. So just take out the time to really see that. So another thing that we got to talk about is the performance. How well does it perform? What's the difference between what's the difference between corded to cordless, right? Most of the times, and we have done this more so now, it has to be customizable, but the blades, especially for Oster Fast Feeds, they've just gotten into the cordless game, but they're corded fast feed, the blade, the cutting blade, the motor, the RPMs, and it's not the fastest. It's honestly not even over 6,500 RPM. I believe it stays around 6,062 or 6,300 RPM. So that is the corded. But one thing you have with the corded is a constant power, constant. You don't have to worry about no battery. You don't have to worry about 100%, 90%, 80%. It's just at 100% the whole time while you're using this blade. And I honestly think that does affect how things do cut, right? So for me, I don't know what it is, but when you are cutting with a corded clipper, anything corded, you don't take that much time cutting certain places, cutting certain areas. The hair is dense in some areas. It seems like corded or detachable clippers, because they use basically that metal blade and everything is set a certain way. And the teeth, the cutting teeth is a nice metal that's sharp and it just cuts well, right? So to me, when it comes to corded, it just seems that things cut very, very well. And you don't have to keep going over and over it. Like it gives a nice smooth gradient and everything like that. So that's some of the things that you think about when it comes to corded versus cordless. Another thing I have to say is comfortability, right? When it comes to the cord, how comfortable are you using the cord, moving it around with it and stuff like that? That does take time away from cutting. But like I said earlier, is that it took basically around the same exact time cutting with the cord or cordless. So that being said, what time are we really getting back when it comes to the corded? I honestly think it's the preciseness of the corded clipper. Now, me choosing the Oster Fast Feeds is just one of my favorite ones that I like to use, but even the corded masters would have done the same outcome, if not maybe even smoother to somewhat what other people might say. But to me, I love to keep my corded clippers and trimmers at my station just to see what truly is the difference at times, just to have a nostalgia moment, just in that, and a nostalgia moment. And honestly, I just like having something from the past in a sense. And also one main thing that I've noticed using, of course, the Oster Fast Feeds, a lot of people know that they are quiet, but corded clippers tend to be a little bit quieter than cordless clippers, since you have, certain motors, brushless motors, everything. It seems, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure exactly why all cordless clippers are not quiet. Like I would say the JRLs are quiet. There are some that are just quiet, but majority of them can get loud, even the trimmers. So my T outliners that I'm going to use, they do not get loud. They don't get loud at all. And I had them for a very long time. Now, the only thing I know that wasn't so quiet is like the classic 76s. Those things are a beast. They're loud. The 111s, like you're going to have detachables and they're going to have some noise to them, right? But when it comes to like just a regular clipper or trimmer that's corded, majority of the times they are not that loud. So we kind of we wanted to be free, but with that came with some noise, right? Until some of the companies figured out how to keep it quiet. But the main thing is there's still room for corded clippers in 2024 and beyond. But as you guys see, man, these things cut very, very, very smooth. Man, they still cut well. Like they really still perform well, being corded. Now, people that have never used it corded and only started off with cordless, they might not like the fact of how you got to move with the corded trimmers or clippers because of that wire, right? The wire was like a lot of times for some people like so annoying. Some people like moving around when they're cutting hair, or some people like staying stationary, whatever your preference is. But those that stay stationary really didn't have a problem with using the corded clippers or trimmers. I even had people tell me that, they sold all their cordless clippers and they went back corded. We just got to the cordless version. I am going to be using my JRLs, the all white Ghost Edition Onyx Clipper. And for the trimmer, I'm actually going to be using the new Gamma Plus boosted trimmer for this haircut. So fairly new machines. And I honestly think it's more of a fair deal. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to do here. And let's see how well this comes out. And I didn't start it the exact same way. And here's why. My corded fast feeds are completely zero gap. My Onyx clippers are not zero gap. So for me, I thought it definitely would have been pointless to start off with the clipper and then come right behind it with the trimmer. Because I think there still would have been a faint line. And I probably would have had to get that out. So I just did it with the boosted trimmer first. And just to clear up the baldness. And these work, honestly, they work well and had no problems with these at all, balding out. So we'll see how well these two perform compared to the Oster Fast Feeds and the T Outliners. Now, I will have to say, uh, the noise comparison, the only time it was noisy in my suite was when I used the boosted trimmers. They are just a little bit louder than any other tool that I use. Even these Onyx Ghost clippers, these are very quiet as well. These are about as quiet as the corded fast feeds, and that's saying something for a cordless. So JRL does an amazing job when it comes to noise with all their products. I will honestly have to give it to them for that, because I have no problems communicating, hearing anything else that I need to hear um, in the studio, or even my client. If we're talking, I have no problems hearing what's going on because these things are so quiet. But they do perform well. They cut down well. I did not do the same exact steps as you guys will see. It's interesting how you might switch up your cutting skills depending on if you're using corded to cordless. So that is another thing that you might find out, that you might not cut exactly the same when you're cutting the same person with a corded and a cordless clipper. But this is just my methods of how I did such thing. But let me know what y'all think, man, because to me this is a very interesting corded versus cordless comparison. All right, y'all. So you guys let me know in the comment section below. Let me know which one you think outperformed the other one. Is it the corded or the cordless? Let me know what would your technique would have been differently that I have done. So let me know in the comment section. Thank y'all for watching and God bless.
CTB. You know who it is.